So yeah, I went to a Catholic church and a Catholic school. So that's kind of like the basis of a lot of how I grew up to kind of come to know Christ to an extent. But at home, it was very much like Pentecostal. So Catholic, Pentecostal, but not really knowing the difference because I'm not really, at that time, I wasn't really sure of like what's what, what's not. I went to a Pentecostal church in the morning and then I went to a Catholic church in the afternoon. So my mum wasn't really like against it because I was still going to the same church, but I was trying to get confirmed. And then once I realized I couldn't go through confirmation because my parents weren't Catholic, that didn't sit right with me, and that there's a thing my parents need to do for me to become Catholic. So that's kind of where I steered away from pursuing or exploring becoming Catholic any further. So then I kind of went back to my parents' church, and then I found another church after that, and I was still trying to like figure out my way basically. In terms of not being able to get confirmed, I didn't think too much about it. Like it was a yes or no thing. The answer was no, so just moved on. I think that was it. At that time, I didn't know what I know. I didn't know then what I know now, so I wasn't thinking Catholic, Pentecostal, this or that. All from, as far as I was concerned, I was just trying to get to know like Jesus and find my way outside of I'm just going to church because my mum goes to church. So I was on a journey of I want to figure this out for myself. Is it true? Is it not true? What do I want to believe? Do I actually believe this thing, or is it just I've always gone to church because my mum's taken me to church? So it wasn't really a big deal. I was just assumed, well, then there's another way. Before I was saved, I was looking for something, like just wanted belonging, guidance, some form of grounding in family. But I don't know if that's, yes, I feel like I get that in like as part of my Christian walk and coming to church and finding people that I connect with automatically because we have this in common with Christ. But I think it would be somewhat of overly downplaying it if I said, and that was the thing I got out of becoming saved. I always just thought going to church was the right thing to do. You go to church, therefore you're a Christian. So that was kind of like my growing up and my way of thinking around my faith. And then, when I was 16, I was heavily depressed. Depressed for a long time, but then at that point I was like suicidal, basically making attempts. And I really just wanted to, that's when I really like started to pray and read my Bible and really give Christianity, or like at least like crying out to God, a try. Like that was my last hope, I guess. And it wasn't like, oh, this is the solution. It was more, God, if you're real, then I need help. If you're not, that's fine, and well, that's fine, isn't it? So I really just started like reading Psalms and praying and figuring that out. And I think it was, between the age of 16 and 18. That's when I really came to realize there was something worth living for in what Christ had done. But I didn't really understand that like theologically or anything like that. Like that was it. That's all I had come to grasp and hold on to. And then I started going to another church where, I decided to get baptized, and I really came to be like, oh wow, like this Bible thing is real from beginning to end. And if what I'm reading about Christ is true, then that's everything I need. He's done far more than just what I need in like to keep living in this life, but actually after this life. I genuinely now believe there is something after. And yeah, it gave me a sense of hope. I probably went too far, because when I say I literally read everything, I was like, start from Genesis, I read Leviticus, it said don't have a beard, I shaved. Like I just read and did. That was like where I was at that time, and I was around 18, obviously like, yeah, probably not necessarily zeal gone, but some level of wisdom in terms of like, don't do every single thing it says or you're gonna run around in circles. Yeah, fellowshipping with other people on like Christian walk is super important to me. I really believe in doing life with people. I also suck at small talk, so that's probably one of the reasons it's really important to me. And yeah, just having people you can share with and open up with and be vulnerable with, to actually, and also to back you as well. Like either you're veering towards sin or you're in sin, and people to say, I love you enough to pull you out of this. And I think that's super important to have. I think, and the Christian walk, doing it on your own doesn't really make sense either. Like I think it's the normal example, but yeah, Christ didn't do it on his own, so why should I think I should? So I think I really do believe in having people around me as often as possible, but I also have a responsibility to that relationship as well, like also loving my neighbor enough to be like, if we have that sort of relationship, I will back you as well. Yeah, I'll describe my identity as a Christian as God's son, and I don't think I say it enough. I probably struggled with communicating God as a father for a long time, but I do think, and even now I don't describe myself as God's son enough. And yeah, like been adopted, and I'm a co-heir to Christ, like not an heir, not a secondary recipient, a co-heir with Christ. And I pray and speak to God because Jesus intercedes on my behalf. Again, it's not diluted or watered down or you get some of it. A direct relationship with God through Christ. And I think that's how I think about my identity as a Christian. Like that makes me literally his son. And it's, yeah, maybe sometimes I think about it like it's figurative or it's hypothetical or it's a spiritual thing. Clearly he's not my physical father, but my heavenly father makes him all the more my father than an earthly father ever could. And so I think about it like, and I'm probably saying it, reminding myself of that, yeah, I'm his son.